outgrown your starter house, but you just aren't sure what to build next? Well, be inspired by this real blueprint for a rustic log cabin. This home has 2 bedrooms and 2.5 baths on 2 floors with 1,568 square feet of living space. Check out the vaulted loft and the built-in fireplace in the great room. There's even a full unfinished basement with a spacious garage. Imagine making this cozy build your next blocky home. Hey y'all, I'm the Southern Ma'am, but all my friends call me Tasoma. Welcome to the first episode in the series Blocky Blueprints, where we find an actual IRL blueprint and then we build it in Minecraft. First, we will try to build as close to the blueprint as possible, but then we'll customize it and furnish it just like for a realtor-style open house. I've always heard that one of the most important rules in the real estate business is location, location, location. We need to start by finding a suitable biome for our construction. With the dark log walls in that original house plan image, I'm immediately envisioning this log cabin built somewhere in a dark oak forest. Before we find the perfect build site and clear it for our construction, let's figure out the dimensions of our house so we can make sure we have enough space for our build. We will use a 1 Minecraft block to 1 blueprint foot ratio for the length and width of our build. Sometimes we may have to round a bit. I prefer an odd number of blocks for my Minecraft dimensions, so I tend to lean toward the nearest odd number even if that's not proper mathematical rounding. The log cabin floor plan does not give all the dimensions of the build. However, we can use the measurements provided to work out the rest. Let's start with the lengths of the rooms. They're all an even number of feet, so let's round those to odd numbers for our Minecraft blocks. I like the idea of rounding the great room to 21 blocks in length. However, I'm surprised by the dimensions of the bedrooms. I expected this to be a symmetrical build just looking at the exterior. Now, I really like symmetry, and so I think I'm going to do some creative rounding here and round the bedroom up and the master suite down so that they're both 11 long. If we add in an extra block everywhere there's a major wall and add all these dimensions together, we get a total of 47 blocks in length. Now for the widths of the rooms. We have a lot less information here because we don't have any dimensions listed for the bathrooms or the closets. If we start with the great room and round it to 19 blocks in width, then we can use a little bit of eyeballing, a little bit of extrapolating, and make the bedrooms 11 in width and the bathrooms and closets 3 each. We can once again add 1 block for each of the major walls, as well as 3 blocks in the front where the triangle point is. Altogether, that equals 25 blocks in width for our build. Now that we know the rough dimensions of our house's footprint, let's get to clearing. Looks like our construction site is leveled off and ready to build. I'm going to start by just laying out a framework with colored wool. I like this technique because it lets me really focus on the shape of the structure without worrying about the palette or the actual building blocks. Of course, I have to build in my signature colors. So pink wool for the outer walls, lime green for the inner walls, and then the darker green for the basement and the roof line. Our build is really starting to take shape. With this framework, you can see the overall structure of the build. We've got the roof line, we have the outer walls. We even have some gray wool to mark out where the fireplace and the spiral staircase are going to go. However, we can't start filling in these walls and floors just yet. If we compare this to our original image of the house plan, there's a significant difference. We haven't dug out the basement yet. The original blueprints for this house show a partially exposed full basement, so we need to get to digging. I used white wool blocks to mark out the basement level, and I kept it at 5 blocks tall, just like the other floors on the upper levels. This framework looks much more accurate to the original design. You can see the white wool marking out that exposed basement in the front, and you can kind of see the landscaping around the edges, showing that the back of the house is going to be buried into the ground. This has taken a lot of preparation just to be ready to build. However, we still have one more big step, and that is to pick our palette. We need to choose the actual blocks for our construction. I'm a big fan of vernacular architecture. Simply put, that means that you use local materials and local traditions to influence your build. Since we're building in a dark oak forest, I want to use those materials in our build. So let's use the dark oak wood for our walls, and the mushroom stems for the basement, and then of course the copper for the roof. And hopefully we can even work in some of the brown mushroom stems in our build as well. Since we're building in creative mode, it's really easy to take a step back or a fly back and look at the overall progress of the build frequently. I'm really liking the way this is coming together. I am a little concerned with the amount of dark oak in the build. I decided to stick with dark oak for the walls and the floors, just to keep with that kind of log cabin theme, but it just seems like a lot of brown. However, I know we still have to decorate and finish, so we may replace that depending on how it looks at the end. I'm hoping that when we add the roof and the glass, that will improve the overall look of the build and make the wood not seem so overwhelming. And I think we need to hang a few lights in this unintentional mob farm we've created in the basement. Can you spot the difference? Originally, we had used the full dark oak logs on the outside, but I really didn't think it gave that log look with those horizontal lines. So I went back and stripped the entire exterior. I think that shows the logs off better. As we're starting to work on the roof, I think these copper stairs are probably the best building material to match our original house plan image. It does have that brick texture to it, whereas the image roof really had more just kind of straight vertical lines. But I think it's the best block we have in our choices. It's kind of tricky to get these angles together, but I find that if I work from both sides and kind of meet at the angle, it all works out. It shouldn't take much more to finish our build. We just need to put in those mushroom block basement walls, put in the glasswork in the front, and tidy up all the little loose ends. Then we'll be ready to tour. Our basic log cabin is now complete. Let's compare this Minecraft build to our original real-life house plan image. I think we've really captured that copper roof, those dark log walls, the white textured basement, even the deck on the front and the glass. I think it really captures the same look as our IRL blueprint. It looks like this new construction is now move-in ready. However, instead of taking a tour of it empty, let's go ahead and furnish it and just imagine what it might look like if it were occupied. Welcome home to your new log cabin. Follow the pathway on either side of the spacious yard to reach the deck stairs leading up to the home. If you came on horseback, there's plenty of food and water for your companion in the fenced-in paddock under the deck. The other side of the house has a small covered porch and an entrance that opens directly into the main living areas. Step into this roomy kitchen with all the modern amenities. There's a double sink with a built-in dishwasher, double oven with range and hood, coffee brewer, and even a French door refrigerator. Storage will never be a problem with all those upper cabinets, and you'll have plenty of prep space on those imported jungle wood countertops. The open concept floor plan flows directly from kitchen into dining room, again sporting that imported jungle wood furniture. You'll love entertaining your guests in the great room, with generous spaces for seating and a big screen TV. Copper bulbs accent the ceiling, but the wall of windows allows natural light to flood into the space. There's even a built-in fireplace. Imagine spending your winter nights curled up in one of these chairs with a good book by the roaring fire. In this split floor plan layout, the master bedroom is just to the right of the living room. The palette takes its inspiration from oxidized copper, but it also includes warped wood and glazed terracotta accents. Dual built-in lighting is right at your fingertips. The walk-in closet, while a little narrow, is spacious enough for two, with plenty of room to display your favorite armor, tools, and store all your treasures. The bathroom sports Jack and Jill sinks, toilet, and glass shower so you can clean up after those long days of work or play. The other side of the home also has a bedroom suite. The color palette is still inspired by copper, but this time accented with acacia stripped logs and orange glazed terracotta. The dividing bookshelf wall gives privacy to both occupants, and both have their own bookshelves and desks. This floor plan is the same as the master suite. Therefore, there's a shared walk-in closet with plenty of storage for both occupants, as well as a bathroom with Jack and Jill sink, toilet, and shower. This log cabin has all the necessities, including a laundry room at the end of the hallway, complete with top-loading washer and dryer. Head up the spiral staircase to explore the loft level, where you'll find areas for both work and play. Laugh at the antics of your pet cats as they frolic on their custom cat tree, or rack 'em up and play a game of pool at your custom-built pool table. Relax at the end of the day by watching your tropical fish swim through your saltwater aquarium, or energize with a nice competitive game of ping pong. When playtime's done, get to work and head into one of the rooms on either side of the loft. To the right, you'll find a workroom with all the tools you'll need to get that to-do list done around the house. The room boasts built-in storage, hooks for all your tools, and even built-in water and fuel generators. The workroom on the other side of the loft is especially enchanting. You'll find a max-level enchantment setup, along with plenty of bookshelf storage for all your favorite enchanted books. No home would be complete without its own brew station and mini netherwort farm. This log cabin still has more to explore because there's still a full basement underneath the main level. The basement is divided into two large spaces. You'll never run out of storage with this wall-to-wall, custom built-in chest storage system. The mushroom walls and floor are especially suited to managing the underground humidity. Just in case you have guests over, or maybe the errant wizard cousin, there's a full bathroom downstairs as well as a cozy sleeping space. This log cabin provides an endless supply of sugarcane and bamboo thanks to these two small auto farms in the other side of the basement. All that copper for the roof had to come from somewhere. So here in the basement, you have a private mine entrance of your very own. This mine shaft is up to safety code, complete with handrails and lighting. The powered minecart track will help you bring all those heavy ores up to the surface, ready for smelting. Last but not least, head on back upstairs and outside to enjoy some time on your deck. There's an outdoor grill ready to fire up some tasty treats, as well as lounge chairs for relaxing in the sun. Whether you're inside or outside, the views at this log cabin are spectacular. Well, what did you think of the tour? I really enjoyed taking this real blueprint of a log cabin and translating it into a Minecraft build. Putting our own spin on an interior really made the build come to life. I hope this video inspired you and that you'll join me again in the next episode of Blocky Blueprints. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bless your heart. Bye, y'all.